I've been asked a million times to talk about politics on this channel. I can't talk a lot about politics because that's why I lost my last channel. The general question is, do I think Trump could win? Well, he should have won in 2020. We all know what happened then. But to show you the seriousness of what is going on, voter registration through July of 2024, the Republicans have over 250,794, where the Democrats have lost 19,000. That should give you an idea of this movement that's going on.
Welcome to Pimpy's Investment Chat, where we keep investment talk simple. And here's your host, Pimpy.
What's going on out there, peeps? Man, I'm exhausted. I'm probably doing about 3 to 4 interviews per day in regards to just political things. I would love to post them on here, but I cannot do that. But they are a lot of fun, but they're very exhausting as well. Some people like to talk about strategies. Some people want to address certain things that are being said. I'm teaching people how to read between the lines and look at the BS that's out there. When it comes to politics, that's what you have to do. On both sides, man. Don't get me wrong. Look, the Democrats and the Republicans are a uniparty. There are members of the Republican Party that are just as corrupt and screwed up as the Democrats. So it's not one-sided for me. I'm an independent. Anyways, to get away from politics, let's get back into Iraqi Dinar. What is going on over there in Iraq, shall we? All right, look, I've been uploading a ton of videos over there on Pimpy's News Network. You guys, they're free to go watch the videos. Go on over there. The link is down below. All I'm asking is, if you can afford to do so, you have an option to go in there and make a monthly payment. It helps me big time with the maintenance of the website. So I appreciate anytime anybody can do that. But you don't have to do that. Just like on YouTube, I try to give you guys information for free. It's the same with non-YouTube videos. I say it that way because these are videos I cannot post on YouTube. Before we get started, do me a favor, hit the thumbs up button. If you're not a subscriber, please do so, because when you do, it helps out the channel, and I certainly do appreciate it. If you're thinking about buying gold and silver, head on over to our friends at Miles Franklin. The link will be down below in the description. When you make your purchase, make sure you use promo code Pimpy, P-I-M-P-Y, and they'll take care of you. If you have any additional questions, you can reach us over here at this phone number or over here at this particular email. For all orders over $10,000, reach out by email and we'll make sure that you get a great deal. So come on over to Miles Franklin and add to your precious metal inventory. Not a whole lot happening in the news. The Central Bank of Iraq reveals the mechanism of terminating the electronic platform. A lot of people are not aware of this. The first platform that they had was used to do some testing on the banks of Iraq. The fact that the U.S. allowed them to do this is trippy. So the electronic platform for external transfers managed by the Central Bank of Iraq began in the beginning of 2023 as the first stage of reorganizing financial transfers to ensure proactive supervision instead of subsequent supervision through the Federal Reserve's audit of daily transfers. This was an exceptional measure as the Federal Reserve does not usually do this. That's what I'm talking about. A gradual shift towards building direct relations between banks in Iraq and correspondent and approved foreign banks was planned in the middle of an international audit company to conduct pre-audit of remittances before implementing them by correspondent banks. So basically, they were just testing the banks, seeing how they operate prior to them moving into the real deal Holyfield. So what do we learn? During the 2024 and until now, 95% of the transfer process has been achieved from the electronic platform to the mechanism of the correspondent banks directly between it and Iraqi banks, which means that the remaining is only about 5% of it within the platform, which will be transferred by the same mechanism before the end of the year and according to the plan.
The plan. Uppercase T, uppercase P. The plan.
Thank you, Kamala Harris, with your fake French accent. The plan. That's right. That's what we're talking about here. According to the plan. Thus, some expectations about the possible effects on the exchange rate and transfers are unfounded because the operation will not be unexpected or in one batch at the end of the year, but it was originally achieved during the past period with careful effort and follow-up, except for the remaining small percentage will be completed in the next few period. See, here's what I want to tell you guys. I notice this all the time. Every time they see the words exchange rate, they read this over and over, and they try to figure out a way to twist the context and get you excited about what you hear. Almost every single time it's for naught. Yes, they brought up the exchange rate here, but they're talking about speculation and how the current mechanism that they were using for external transfers dictated what the exchange rate would be. It's stable, which is what they're trying to do. The Central Bank of Iraq confirms that trade with the United Arab Emirates, Turkey, India, and China represents about 70% of Iraq's foreign trade as imports, which called on the Central Bank of Iraq to find channels for transfer in euro, Chinese yuan, India rupee, UAE dirham through approved correspondence bank in those countries, and 13 Iraqi banks have already started transferring operations with a pre-audit mechanism that has been agreed and approved, in addition to the transfers in dollar currency. With the provision of personal transfer channels for legitimate purposes and foreign purchases through electronic payment channels, international money transfer companies, cash sales to travelers, and the payment of dollars of cash for incoming transfers to the entities and the proposals specified in the published instructions of the central bank. The Central Bank of Iraq stresses that it has put external transfers and meeting requests for the dollar in sound paths in line with international practices and standards and the anti-money laundering and terrorist financing laws. In other words, Iraq is saying, based on the mechanisms that we use to prove to you about our external transfers, you should see that we are legit. He explains that the provisions of the aforementioned channels and for all purposes of the official price of the dollar makes the price the true indicator of economic practices, which is proven by the reality of price stability and control of inflation, and other price traded outside those channels is an unusual price that the people of non-fundamentals or illegal practices who move away from official channels in their dealings so that they alone bear the additional cost of buying higher than the official price for others for the differences between the official price and others. Yeah, I know. You're thinking, what the hell are they talking about? What they're saying is the way they used that platform was able to prove what the true value of the Iraqi dinar was. If anybody was paying more than the official exchange rate, that's on them, because most of them went through illegal manners in which to do business, so they paid more for the Iraqi dinar. But since they used that process, that should not reflect on the official use of the Iraqi dinar. Inflation is a biggie when it comes to Iraqi dinar. It's something that we got to keep track of. Inflation in Iraq slightly increased in July. The Iraqi Minister of Planning revealed the inflation of Iraq during July rose by 3.7% compared to the same month in 2023. In June, the monthly inflation rate in Iraq increased by 0.6% compared to the previous month. In a statement to the state-run newspaper, explained that the government is determined to keep inflation rates within acceptable ranges. The IMF said in April the inflation in Iraq expected to reach 4% in 2024. In February of 2024, the Iraqi Central Organization of Statistics and Information Technology monitored a slight increase in inflation rate. So what is the bottom line? Where the hell are we? Inflation in Iraq reached approximately 3.7% in August of 2023 compared to 4.4% in August of 2022, despite the rise in inflation in Iraq's neighboring countries. In other words, Iraq has done a great job of keeping inflation down. It was 4.4 in August of 2022. It is now 3.7. That's what it is we're looking for. Anyways, that's where we are right now with the Iraqi Dinar in Iraq. Leave a comment down below, and I look forward to hearing from you. And I get back at you later. I'm out.